Good evening, everybody, and welcome to this evening's update on Tropical Storm Felipe. Tropical Storm Felipe has made its way into the Northeastern Caribbean and is situated over Antigua and Barbuda this evening. As of 8 p.m. Atlantic Standard Time, Monday, October the 2nd, Tropical Storm Felipe has maximum sustained winds of 50 miles per hour, a minimum central pressure of 1,001 millibars, and west-northwesterly movement at 7 miles per hour. So looking at the latest cone for Tropical Storm Felipe, Tropical Storm Felipe is expected to curve to the north tonight and remain a tropical storm through Friday afternoon, and is now expected to pass about 100 miles southeast of Bermuda by 2 p.m. Eastern Time Friday afternoon and become a hurricane by 2 p.m. Saturday afternoon as Felipe begins to curve to the northeast. So if you live in Bermuda, make sure you're also keeping an eye on Tropical Storm Felipe, and even in Atlantic Canada, make sure you're keeping an eye on Tropical Storm Felipe. There are actually tropical storm force winds impacting Guadeloupe and Antigua and Barbuda right now, and we have a tropical storm warning in effect for Antigua and Barbuda in the dark blue. So looking at the latest Zoom Earth satellite imagery and interactive cone for Tropical Storm Felipe, Tropical Storm Felipe is bringing a lot of heavy rain to Martinique, Dominica, and Guadeloupe. In fact, I can pull up the radar, and you can see we are seeing some moderate to heavy rain across a lot of Dominica from Tropical Storm Felipe, and the radar data cuts off in Guadeloupe, but there is some heavy rain falling in Guadeloupe as well as northern Martinique as well. As we go into Tuesday, 1 a.m. Central Time, we're looking at a 50-mile-per-hour tropical storm moving to the north-northwest, very close to Anguilla and St. Bartholomew. And then by Tuesday, 1 p.m. Central Time, 50-mile-per-hour tropical storm moving to the north-northwest. By Wednesday, 1 a.m. Central Time, 50-mile-per-hour tropical storm moving to the north-northwest. By Wednesday, 1 p.m. Central Time, 50-mile-per-hour tropical storm moving to the north-northwest. Thursday, 1 a.m. Central Time, 60-mile-per-hour tropical storm curving to the north. By Thursday, 1 p.m. Central Time, a 65-mile-per-hour tropical storm curving to the north-northeast. And then Felipe is going to accelerate north-northeastward. By Friday, 1 p.m. Central Time, a 70-mile-per-hour tropical storm about 100 miles southeast of Bermuda, and then becoming a hurricane, Category 1 hurricane by Saturday, 1 p.m. Central Time, with 75-mile-per-hour winds. So, unfortunately, due to the slow movement of Tropical Storm Felipe and the further westerly track, we're going to be seeing a lot of rain across the central and northern Lessar Antilles into the Virgin Islands. Looking at the GFS model, looking anywhere between a widespread 2 to 4 inches in areas like Martinique through Dominica, Guadeloupe, and then in areas like Antigua, Barbuda, St. Bartholomew, St. Kitts and Nevis, and Antigua and Barbuda, a good 4 to 5 inches of rain. So unfortunately, Felipe is likely to cause some flooding issues, especially across the northeastern Lessar Antilles. Looking at the European model is also showing widespread 2 to 4 inches, and then in the northeastern Lessar Antilles, 4 to 6 inches of rain, with pockets as high as 12 inches. So make sure you're preparing for flooding if you live in areas like Guadeloupe and towards St. Kitts and Nevis northeastward. And then looking at the Canadian model, the Canadian is really going crazy with the rain, putting widespread 3 to 5 inches between Dominica and Guadeloupe and Martinique, and then up towards Antigua Barbuda, towards Anguilla, and St. Kitts and Nevis, a good 5 to 8 inches with pockets up to a foot of rain in the Canadian model. So unfortunately, Tropical Storm Felipe is going to be causing some moderate to major flooding issues across the northeastern Lessar Antilles. So make sure you're preparing for flooding if you live in the northeastern Lessar Antilles. And even the Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico, you could see about 2 to 4 inches if the Canadian model verifies. So thanks for watching this evening's update on Tropical Storm Felipe. Make sure you're preparing for tropical storm force winds and especially flooding rainfall if you live in the northeastern and central Lesser Antilles, the Virgin Islands, and even Puerto Rico. Thanks for watching. Please stay safe and have a wonderful evening, my friends.